everyone, I'm Captain Logan. I got Brandon Grimm here.
Hey.
I got Adam Meredith. And with these two guys, you know what that means. It means it's time for more Star Trek commentaries. Today, we had no plans to do this. I didn't even announce it until about 10 minutes ago. And I didn't even announce it on social media. It's just, if you saw that I posted the thing, you may be here live right now. Welcome, folks. We decided to choose right now, because we were watching Trek together anyway, to do our premiere for a series we've been wanting to do for a while. Brandon, or Adam and I, and hopefully Brandon, whenever he's able to make it, are going to start doing a show called Star Trek Club. And we're gonna bring Star Trek Club to YouTube. We used to do a club together, which we miss a lot. We're not gonna do exactly the same thing online, but it's kind of an excuse to go back and do some of the fun things we used to do in our old club. And we are gonna do commentaries on each of those. Today is gonna be a shorter episode than what they'll be down the road. We're just gonna watch one episode today, just to kind of try it out and get things going. But sometimes we'll do 2 episodes, and sometimes we'll do a discussion and an episode. So it's always gonna be somewhere between an hour and a half, 2 hours long. So it will be kind of like Batmosphere, except it'll be a different structure, and we'll always be watching something in it. We may play some games and stuff too. We may bring some trivia into the show and do stuff like that. The big difference also, besides the length today, is that we also have some of the guys from the Discord with us, which is the whole reason we got together in the first place, was just to watch Star Trek together. We did the first episode. Everybody thought I was recording the whole time, and then I swore a couple times, and people were like, wait a minute, why are you swearing? And I was like, because we're not recording. They're like, oh, why not? And I was like, that's a good question. So the second episode, we decided to go ahead and record. So we could have made this a full 2-hour episode, but we didn't do that. So I want to...
We didn't even know we were making it Trek Club.
Yeah, this is how professional...
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly. This is how professional we are here on
Flying
Geek
by
So
the seat of our uniforms.
the rest of these guys are not going to be on camera. They're just audio, and they're going to be reacting to an episode they've never seen, which should be a whole lot of fun. We've got Bag Studios. Say hello, Bag.
Howdy, everybody.
We've got Connor Nielsen.
Ni hao.
It looks like Noah O came back.
Hi, I've returned.
Noah?
I was able to come back.
Noah, you're live on the channel right now.
Yeah, I noticed.
And we may have Tom. Tom, can you hear us?
I can hear you, but so can all of Walmart.
And all of Walmart.
Hi, Walmart.
That's hilarious.
Hi, Walmart.
I want to think that's because you have your speakers on too loud and not because my voice carries that much. Like, yeah, Cap, all of Walmart.
I can relate to voice carrying.
All right, guys, we are going to watch a wild episode of TNG called Phantasms. This is a notorious episode for a lot of very strange dream imagery, and I've been wanting to show it to the Discord for a while. Well, I mean, I love it. It's a great episode. But I
love it.
I just mean notorious in that it's nuts, and everybody talks about this. It's one of my favorites. It's episode 6 of season 7, and I didn't announce this, so if you're watching live with us right now, I'll give you just a couple minutes to go track it down. Star Trek is still on Netflix. That's the easiest place to watch it. It's also on Amazon Prime and a number of other places. So make sure you go to the 7th season and go to episode 6. I see a few people in the comments live right now. David Dilks, hello, sir. That's a name I don't recognize. Thomas Murphy. I guess 5 in the afternoon is just time for people that I don't recognize and have not seen on the channel before. Or it's been a long time. Anime is here. How are you doing? So once again, Phantasms.
Trek Happy Hour.
We could have called it that, but I think I like Star Trek Club better.
Or just Trek Club.
No, everyone will be confused if you call it that. They'll be like, what kind of Trek? Is it, is it Water Trek? Is it Sea Quest?
Well,
Sea Quest.
Trek
Quest
Bicycle,
Club.
too.
You know what we should do too? We should be obnoxious and do like when we finally do the Sequest show, we should do that on this show. Star Trek Club Sequest.
You do it.
Sequest month, was it?
So we should do it. Yeah. Yeah, that was the
I
joke.
fully support the notion.
Okay, let's get anime. I think the opposite of a wild episode would just be like a really dull routine episode. Episodes with names like The Ship and The Battle. Wanderer says we should watch The Naked Now.
I don't even know what their ship is.
I
What is
think
the ship?
the ship is a DS9 episode, but I forget what happens in it. Anyway.
Is that the one with the thing crashed on the planet?
If we were to do a TOS episode, we should do Spock's brain.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that'd be great. I think, Adam, we should take a lot of requests from the audience, and I think we should do some shows where we have no idea what we're going to watch when we come in. This started from a notion that Adam and I had. He and I have been hanging out together in quarantine on Skype, so Adam's not been coming over. Brandon has, but Adam has been staying in his house. Because he's careful. And Adam and I came up with the idea a few weeks ago to get together and each show each other an episode without telling the other one what it's going to be and try to guess at it during the teaser. And we've been doing that, and it's been a lot of fun. Nice. And then it occurred to us...
look away to keep it so we wouldn't see the name.
And then it occurred to us, wouldn't it be really fun if we just broadcasted that and made it a show? And we were already planning on doing a live show for Star Trek anyway, so that's basically what we're going to start doing. So sometimes we'll pick a thing and try to guess at it. Sometimes we'll let you guys pick something, and I think we'll just kind of fly by the seat of our pants. We'll watch different episodes each time, and it should be a whole lot of fun. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump right into things. Is everybody rigged up at timestamp 0, ready to watch Phantasms?
Ready and willing.
Mask of the Phantasms. Okay, here we go. Everybody, please press play right now.
So the ship is an episode about a crashed Jem'Hadar warship.
That's right.
That's the one.
Was that 3
That's
or 4?
That's a good episode.
Or was it earlier? I don't remember what. I didn't say it was bad. I just didn't remember what happened there.
It was in '96, October of '96.
So Phantasms is an episode with a lot of fisheye lens.
Yeah.
So Patrick Stewart actually directed this.
He directed this episode, and because of something we'll see later. Well, I won't give that away, actually.
This ought to be a lot of fun.
Right away, you're just like, what is going on?
Oh my god.
And then he's coming at the camera like we're watching a music video on MTV.
He looks like the little boy in The Shining.
Did Stanley Kubrick direct this episode?
Yeah, he looks like Danny.
If Patrick Stewart was possessed by Stanley Kubrick, you get this episode. That's absolutely right.
Let's write a song
Data
that
just
is
seems to be on
this
a
is the music
bicycle.
video for.
Oh, it's where Passengers got its inspiration.
That's hilarious.
Wait, was Passengers that movie with Jennifer Lawrence?
Yes, that no one liked but me and Eric. We gave it a positive review, and everybody on the planet thought we were insane. I thought it was really good.
Oh, no, I agree with you. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Oh, I guess I'm the weird person here. That movie sucked.
No, you're not. No, you're not the weird person here. Remember, Bag often disagrees with people, and if I'm with Bag, it means we're probably in the minority together.
Yeah, that means you're objectively wrong about the rest of civilization.
So Data just got ripped apart, and we have no idea why. And
Because it was a dream.
He's in bed.
Oh, look, he's got modern art. He's
may
been
have painted
painting
it.
He's
modern
got
art.
Mondrian. He's a hack.
John Hufford, what is the name of the TOS episode? Season 3 episode with the female Klingon. I think it has Enterprise in the title. No, that's not Enterprise Incident.
See, what, the female Klingon?
Yeah, female Romulan is Enterprise Incident. There is an episode with a female Klingon.
Worf's X?
No, he's talking about TOS.
Oh, TOS.
Oh, TOS. It's Day of the Dove.
Day of the Dove, yeah.
Kang's
But I
wife.
think that's 2, or is that 3? Maybe that is 3.
3. That's a 3.
Okay.
So I've got a question
Yeah.
for you Star Trek aficionados.
What's up, man?
When I was a little kid, my brother and I were flipping through the channels, and there was an episode of The Next Generation on, and it creeped us out, so we stopped watching it.
Yeah.
It was Riker was like seeing ghosts on the ship, and like no one else could see like another person who was just like on the bridge or whatever, and it creeped me out, so I stopped watching it. What is that episode?
Ghost? Riker seeing
Ghost.
ghosts.
Yeah, that doesn't ring any bells right away.
Huh.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess they're not ghosts, but he's seeing somebody on the bridge, and he's like, "Who is that person?" And then they're not there anymore, and they're like, "Oh, maybe you should go to medic, see if everything's okay with you, Riker." But
I don't remember.
I think I've actually seen that one.
There's
I
the
think
where he goes
that rings a
insane.
bell.
The closest thing I can think of is... Why can't I think of
What
the
is
name of
it?
that episode
In
title
the
right
Thane
now?
and Phylum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of my wife's favorite episodes. That's Sarah's
That's a great
favorite
episode.
Riker episode. Yeah, it's really good. It's Frame of Mind.
Yeah, that's the one
Is
I'm
the
thinking of,
episode?
too.
Yeah, that may be what he's talking about. In the episode, Connor was he in an asylum, and was there a lady who was talking into a spoon?
oh, I watched about 15 minutes of it, and it creeped
Okay,
me
you
out.
missed the spoon part. Okay,
This
that
is
looks
an
amazing.
shot.
God, that's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
a good
absolutely
shot.
brilliant.
The remasters for this are just stellar and just enhance everything that was already there. It's not like TOS where they recreated a lot of effects. There are a few that they did. I think they redid the crystalline entity and some things that they just
They had to redo that.
that they
because
just
of CGI.
had to because it was a visual effect in the first place. But almost everything in TNG was model word.
Yes, and then they had to redo the map paintings for the planets. Every planet was like low res or whatever. They had to redo that, but everything else was.
Anime, if I did a commentary on every episode of Picard, I think you would just watch me slit my wrists ultimately. I don't think I can handle it. I don't think I can do it. I think you would see me die on camera. Brandon, I'm sorry I gotta turn the volume way down on this.
All right.
But because we're broadcasting, there's no way right now that I have this set up to where I can not broadcast the sound. So this is already gonna get copyright flag. And naturally, this is a Braga script. If you watched everything up to now and saw all the crazy episodes Braga wrote, you would know this was a Braga episode before you even got to that credit. It just has to be. He writes a lot of the really crazy, weird ones. And he writes especially time travel episodes where everything ends up not having happen by the end. He writes the majority of those.
Oh, man,
Did he write
those episodes.
Timescape?
I think that might be a Braga script. Yeah, I'll look that up. Timescape is another weird one we could have shown. That's another one of
fun episode.
Sarah's favorite episodes. Yeah, it's great.
That's another
I
crazy
tried to
part.
reach for the bowl of fruit.
Ah!
That line, I am spending an inordinate amount of time thinking about nightmare
Oh, this
imagery.
lady.
That is,
I forgot
that's the
about
most
her.
art students.
The heck?
Yeah,
Is
so
that Tessa Thompson's mom?
there, so there's this weird thing with Jordy where he just cannot get a date, and
Yeah, he's bad. He's bad at girls.
He's really bad at girls. Yeah, he's bad at dating, and you'd think by now, this is gonna sound awful, but you'd think at this point he would go out with anybody who is excited about him because he just cannot, he just does not have a good love life. And finally, there's a girl who seems kind of cute to me that does not seem all that irritating, like he's acting like she is, although I've not spent as much time with her as he has, of course.
But it's unprofessional relationship.
And he's not giving her a shot. You'd think that he'd at least like go out with her once. It's weird.
I don't know though, because I think he thinks it's a little bit unprofessional.
No, it is.
Yeah.
But
he's
but what
like,
you have to
somebody
remember,
said
Brandon,
he's-
is that in previous episodes, it's not like everybody he's dated weren't people that he worked with. And
That's
who's he to
true.
call that unprofessional given what happened with Leia Brahms?
Yeah,
I
but
know.
he's a direct supervisor
He's
on her
one-
ship.
I
Somebody
know
said
that.
he's
Liam
one
Brahms was
bad date
different,
away
though.
from
It's not
becoming a
just the way
men's
she's,
rights
but
activist.
man, it's not just the way she's acting with him. He's just romantically not interested, and I
True.
don't know why. I
True.
think that's kind of weird.
True.
I'll just go there. I'll just come right out and say it. It makes me think that Geordi LaForge is only interested in white girls. I think maybe that's what it is.
No.
Am I
because
wrong?
He was interested in that. Well,
How
she was
can
an
he tell?
alien, but she was played by a black actress, the Aquila Unari.
Okay. All right. No, you're right.
You are busting
So it's not-
some names out here,
So it's
man.
not that.
Yeah.
Isn't he blind? I don't think he could.
Isn't he blind?
Okay. Yes, but his visor would still make it so that he could tell people's races and stuff. Like,
Well,
I mean,
do we know that though? But
Cadillac
he sees
air
crazy
filter.
crap.
that's true. It does look. Connor, that's an
Doesn't do it.
excellent point. But isn't he blind? Timescape was written by Braga, by the way.
Sorry.
Anime. Dan likes the TOS I've shown him, but he hasn't
Oh,
watched
there's
anything
that lady
past
again,
that.
Brandon.
Yeah, there she is.
The girl that's all into Geordi, you know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of the girl that also in engineering spilled hot chocolate on Picard.
Oh yeah,
in,
at the beginning. Yes,
Q-Who.
it's all over me.
Yeah, it's all over me.
I know her name. Ensign Sonia.
Sonia Gomez. There you go. And she is in a couple episodes in a row, and then you never see her again.
She's in. That happens in Q Who.
Q-Who, yeah. Welcome, folks. If you're just now tuning in, we are watching a trippy, crazy episode of TNG that I love called Phantasms. This is the first episode of a series that we're going to start doing of commentaries on Trek episodes and also just Trek discussions and things. And we've been wanting to go live with Star Trek for a long time. Right now, we're at timestamp 8:17 or so, if you want to tune in with us.
See? I told you the Enterprise is a lemon.
So I think this is an episode. I don't remember if they come out and mention Spot's gender again, but this is another place where at this point it's a he, and then so that she can be pregnant when they de-evolve, she will suddenly turn into a she unceremoniously in an episode called Genesis, which I think happens a little bit later in the season.
Another Braga script. So it's Braga's fault if he misgendered the cat. Because he wrote 2 episodes. Look, Data still has that ugly ass crystal thing that the lady gave him in theory.
See, a lot of good continuity in the show. They add a prop to the room, they just leave it there.
And then Sherlock Holmes outfit on the on
That
the,
what that is? Yeah, that
coat rack back.
Yeah.
There's another, and I'm sure this is also a Braga script, maybe it's not. There's another bizarre episode that is a lot like this, but not quite as good with... What? Adam, I can't think of it right away. What is the name of that episode where they're on a train and they're doing the puzzle of Vertiform City?
Oh, God, New Vertiform City.
Yeah,
I
remember
love that
that
episode. It's like Emergence or something
Emergence,
like that.
that's it, yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's in this season, too.
Yes.
And I like that episode.
I love that
It's good.
episode.
It's not as good as this.
It's not as good as this, but
But it's similar in that it's all about weird
Technology
imagery
stuff.
and stuff that is supposed
something wrong with
to
the Enterprise.
that is supposed to signify something that's actually really going on that's threatening the ship.
It's another way in which the holodeck is able to take control of the ship. You'd think that they would isolate those subroutines like after the first time.
Well, and I like that. It's a good point because I like that this one's not a holodeck episode.
Yeah.
That we're able to do all of this in Data's mind. Now we do use the holodeck later because they will sort of go in his mind via the holodeck.
Data sleeps in his uniform.
Yeah.
Why? But
He
think
also
about it.
gets into
Why
the
would he take it off? I mean,
just
That's
knocked
true.
Spot.
He's an
off of the
android.
bed.
yeah,
He's
he
an
doesn't
android.
need to take a shower or anything. I would think that he would occasionally
true.
probably change uniforms.
He's
but-
practicing.
And there's that crazy blankets with the sequins that they use in the show. Who would ever want to use that as a?
An android, apparently.
That's a
Humans use it too.
That's a TOS kind of throwback, right? Like they have blankets that
yeah,
look
they
like
kind
that
of like
in
that.
that
But
show. Okay,
they
here
look
it comes,
better
guys.
than the
Oh,
ones
here
in
it
this.
is.
Yes,
It's about to get crazy.
yes.
I'm excited.
This has one of
Let's
another
see if
it's
favorite
good.
line in it.
Oh yes,
More so good.
absolutely.
Oh,
Wanderer,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wanderer says Sonia Gomez is also the same actress who played the 3-breasted prostitute in
yes, he
RoboCop.
was.
I didn't know
in
that. Crazy.
No, in Total Recall.
Oh, Total Recall. Yeah.
I was about to say that doesn't sound.
Yeah, what he said right.
RoboCop.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out. Yeah. No. Total Recall.
Here it
I'd
is.
like
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
Delicious.
What kind of cake are you eating, Worf?
Cellular Peptide.
That delivery is amazing.
Michael Dorn, man, he earned his paycheck there.
You know, when we still used to do food for Trek Club.
We did Cellular Peptide cake
Yeah.
a lot in Star Trek Club, yeah. I don't think anybody ever drank out of anybody's head with a straw in Star Trek Club.
That's a life straw.
Well, that's just a mistake.
What is it?
He's an android. He's got a data plan.
Brandon, he's got a data plan.
No,
Yeah.
you didn't.
Well, it gets better.
It's in Voyager 2. And again, a lot of those written by Braga.
Oh my
Oh,
lord.
what?
That's the rest of the cellular peptide cake. You can see where their piece came from.
Troy is a cake.
Troy is a cake. Yeah. It represents something in
that is
Data's
nothing else.
subconscious. And he's going to cut into her. Okay, so Patrick Stewart, as we mentioned earlier, directed this episode, and he could not get the cake to look big enough on camera because everything looks smaller when you shoot it.
Yeah.
And so he had to have somebody go all around Hollywood bringing in that kind of cake, and he had like an insane amount of cake on set trying to put that together.
That's hilarious. Well, that's funny. He also directed
Fistful of
Fistful of
Datas?
Datas.
Yeah.
And there's a story where in an earlier episode they had used like theater, and he was like, "I don't think that that this is safe. I'm gonna go talk about all this smoke and stuff." And then when they went and shot like the bar in that episode, he's got all this smoke, and people brought that up. He's like, "Oh, no, we need more smoke. Good for you." It's good for
Data is always so sure that nothing can go wrong with him, or that if something did, it needs to be diagnosed. But time and time again, we find out it's supposed to happen all along, so he should be used to it by now.
Yeah, that's a good point. He should be like maybe. Well, I think Jordy does make a comment about that, where he's like maybe it's like your program is set up to do this because people have dreams that reflect their real life and affect them even in the waking hours. So like maybe there's not something wrong with the program. Maybe it's built to do the same kinds of air quote malfunctions that happen to human beings.
Right. In order
Data's
to be
head
more human.
stays underground in San Francisco for 400 years or
that's
whatever.
right.
That's true.
And they just put it back on and it works.
That's a really good
He's
point
made us some
too.
good
Yeah.
composites.
There are some places where you'd think we would call back to other episodes where, especially that, where Data would be like, maybe it's because my head is 400 years old. Another thing I was surprised we didn't bring up in this episode, because it's not like he's never had trippy dream imagery before. He's never had a real, honest to God dream like this because of his dream program. But why don't we bring up the Raven or the Crow?
He did have a dream. He had a dream in the previous season, and is that Firstborn or
yes,
or what
that's
is
what
that?
I was talking. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with the Crow.
Okay.
That's and young
and that was
Sung.
kind of trippy.
Yeah, no, it is. But like, I don't remember what exactly caused that, but it's not a dream in the same sense that
He
this is.
created a subroutine for dreaming. In that episode,
oh, is it? So is this actually a
correctly.
callback to that, where he's intentionally
I
going back
don't
to
know.
that thing? Is that what it is?
So he says at the beginning of this episode that to date he's had 111 dreams.
Yeah, so I think it must be a callback to that.
Yes, because that was his first dream, and now he's had 111 from last season to now.
Yeah.
Wonder, Braga's episodes of the Orville thus far have been less trippy than his normal stuff. I think actually the trippiest episode of that show so far, the holodeck clown episode, is not a Braga script. I don't think. I forget who wrote that.
That was weird.
But Braga did write the first half of the stellar two-parter from the second season, which is his best episode of anything to date, I think. And if it was a Star Trek episode, it's his best Star Trek episode. Or it's way up there anyway.
Oh, it's a cigar. I was like, I thought he was holding a nail.
Well, you know, Adam, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Just a cigar.
So yeah, this guy playing this guy playing Sigmund Freud is awesome.
Sigmund Freud.
He's really good, and he really commits to this.
Mm-hmm. I like the glasses.
To possess your own. It's hilarious. But he doesn't have a mother. So of course, Sigmund Freud's going to come in and just say that everything is phallic, and we have an android that does not have all the same, male hang-ups that a lot of human beings do. Or does he, because he's becoming more human all the time?
Except we do find out later in this season that he does kind of have a mother.
Yeah.
With that episode with that lady.
That's true. And not season 2. It's this season.
Yeah, that's what that season has.
Season
yes, it is.
also.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
but he all I heard was season 2. You were like, turn that way. I couldn't hear you. But I'm with you. That should have been brought up too.
Yeah.
Braga, you're
Oh,
late.
it hasn't happened
In a
yet.
couple of movies, we'll find out that he's fully functional.
Well, no, we found that out in the first season.
Second episode.
well, never mind. Okay.
No,
show.
bag
We
that
found
bag
out.
that line is actually a callback specifically to a season 1 episode. So when he says fully functional, that's a direct repeat of a line. He slept with Tasha Yar in The Naked Now, which somebody mentioned earlier actually, and that's where that comes from. You can always tell the green screen. I mean, there's no other way to do it, but when you're in a holodeck and you cut and then you stand up and then you're about to switch it, you can always tell you're about to get out of the holodeck.
But sometimes they do show it where they're like in there more, but they obviously can't show like the full ceiling and stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
it occurs to me
holding a cigar, I think that says something, you know.
But it might just be a cigar. So, Adam, we don't have a lot of recurring admirals besides Nechayev, do we? Like, you'd think that you'd see more of the same guy more often. After TNG, we start doing that, but
we have after TNG.
Because Voyager is going to deal with Admiral Paris a lot.
Admiral Paris, and there's an Admiral Hayes in there too, as I recall.
Oh, really?
And of course,
I wonder if he's related to Major Hayes. I wonder if Major Hayes is like his great-grandfather or something.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
And of course, we have the Admiral Ross in Deep Space Nine.
Right. And then, of course, Enterprise is just going to have Forrest until
season
4.
Until he dies.
Until he dies, yeah. And then you have Gardner.
Those pesky
Geordi,
engines.
don't act like this has never happened before, Geordi.
It's an experimental engine, though, remember?
Yes.
The warp core looks totally different.
And that it's green instead of blue.
It probably runs on kryptonite. There's no way around it. Hi, John.
At least it's not
How are you doing, man?
At least it's not a quantum singularity or whatever, like the Romulans.
David,
that seems like an insane idea.
David Dilk says his favorite Voyager episode is Twisted. I also like Twisted a lot.
Twisted.
Which one's Twisted?
That's the one where the ship's twisted.
And don't ask us about Shattered.
No, I'm thinking of Shattered.
Because that's the one where the ship is shattered. No, Twisted is season 2, 3.
Oh, is that where they walk through a corridor and they end up in another corridor and they can't figure out?
No, that's Shattered.
Yeah.
Oh no, that is
Shattered
Twisted.
is
That is
Twisted.
Twisted. Yeah, that's Twisted.
And then they're on the holodeck in Paris's pool hall.
And for some reason, that place is fine. Yeah. No, that
place is fine.
It's a super fun episode, though.
Janeway is like, no.
The ship basically becomes an Escher painting.
And they had to make that picture of it.
Okay, so Geordi, you need to pay more attention
where did
to
that knife
things.
come from?
No, he just picked it up off a table.
Whoa.
It's this super crazy twisted knife that they claim is just like a normal tool they use in engineering, but we've never seen anything that looks that gnarly before.
So he saw that mouth on Geordi. Is that a callback to when he saw the mouth on Troy and stabbed her?
Yes.
Well, he hasn't stabbed
done
her
that yet.
That's what he's about.
Oh, he's
to
about
do.
to do.
So the knife thing, or the mouth thing, is brand new. That's the first time he sees a mouth, and that's the first waking dream that he has. So things from his dream start showing up, but he hadn't. I don't think he saw a mouth in his dream, and that's the first time you see a mouth. And this effect is great. It looks awesome.
He's an android.
That is good.
It's an android rotary phone.
It's an android. I didn't get that at first.
He's still holding that.
That's not safe. Geordi, stand back.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
The man's acting crazy and wielding a knife. You might want to take a
Yeah,
step back.
all the different times the Data goes.
But it's not a knife, it's a normal
and they don't
Wait, he's
investigate.
still got the knife.
You would think.
We forget he's blind. He doesn't know
He's a liability.
Hi, John Ty. you would think that any time Data starts doing anything out of the ordinary, like he's not showing up, but he's got an internal clock. Like he's not showing up for work on time. He's having a weird thing with the dream program. I'm not saying throw him in the brig, but like somebody ought to be following him around, right? Like this kind of thing has happened so much, and like he's standing there holding a knife like this. And Geordi is not paying any attention to him, and like I would be watching him like a hawk if I was anywhere around him.
Well, he's still got it there with Deanna.
How do you know the brothers thing isn't going to happen again? How do you know this isn't something?
With it.
How do you know there's not something built into his program where once again he's going to take the ship over and fly it to wherever Sung is? I mean, I know Sung is dead, but like anything can happen.
Charlie Victor 1, 2, 3, 4.
That scene is hilarious. John, thanks for the super chat, man. He's just mentioning something that he's asked me to review, John Q. I'll get to that at some point.
Yeah, it could maybe be his biological brother that's still alive that we found out about.
Oh, remember that guy?
No, I'm talking about in Picard.
No, I know. Remember that guy?
Oh, that's like
There's so many songs flying around. That's not even the stupidest retroactive thing in that show, but it is pretty dumb. He's got another brother, just so that Brent Spiner can play multiple roles again.
Yeah.
So she just...
And he acts exactly like Auruk Sung. Did you notice that? He's just Auruk Sung again. It's like exactly that character again. I just watched the first part of that 3-parter again today. In Enterprise, Borderland.
Oh, yeah.
That first part is really slow, but of course Spiner's great in it. After that, it's killer. Like, I love the last 2 episodes.
Yeah. Don't forget the knife.
Why would you hand it back to him? Anything
Forget the
could
dangerous
happen.
weapon.
Man. Like, there's a line you gotta walk, right, between treating Data like a machine that could malfunction and treating him like a human being. And I get that they see him as a person, and that for all intents and purposes, he absolutely is a person. But you cannot forget the technology. And it's really silly to assume that that is not breaking down right now.
You just told Starfleet that he's adrift. And I mean,
Yeah.
they are, but like that's a dangerous situation for a starship.
So you're saying they shouldn't have told them that? I mean,
No,
like,
I'm
you have
saying
to
that
report
they
it.
should be sending backup no matter what.
Do you see that pad that Jordy's holding right now, Adam?
That's a crazy pad.
You know
Look
what it
at
looks
that
like? It looks like Ziggy from Quantum Leap.
thing.
This is season 7, episode 6, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Can I get a timestamp, please?
Yeah, put it to 2018 to the end, so it's like
It's going down,
2502, 2509.
Yeah.
It's easier to see the end timestamp. It's 2009 to the end.
Okay.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. I know I just sprung this on everybody, so if you didn't get to watch this live and you might have wanted to, I apologize. We'll announce it next time. Probably.
Maybe.
My Netflix is so slow.
Hanging out. Oh, yeah. I forgot this is the episode where Picard's hanging out because he's so frustrated that they can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
How's everybody in the Discord? We haven't heard from you guys in a while.
Pretty good. This
breathing, don't
episode's
worry.
pretty weird so far.
Yeah, I'm
I'm enjoying it.
reading
liking
along while I'm listening to you guys talking. So I am busy.
Yeah, sorry, Connor.
This set.
No, it's fine.
This set has the most nooks and crannies in it that you can get to on any of the sets.
Yeah,
that
it's a very kind of elaborate. Well, I would say I think the sick bay set is even more labyrinthine.
Which is crazy because every other sickbay is much smaller.
It's much more straightforward.
But I don't think you're right about that. I think
No?
I don't think he is right about that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think engineering is a much larger set,
Yeah,
and I
me
think it's
too.
got.
I think it's
got more-
larger. It seems like that there's more twists and turns though in the sick bay, but
Do you
maybe
think
you're
so?
right.
No, but there's like more things you can go behind in engineering. You can go
And also,
behind
there's
where
that
the blast
second
doors
level
come
you can
down,
crawl
you
up,
can
and
go-
then there's
Yeah,
different
there's
rooms
like
up
a
there
level.
too.
Yeah, and you can
the
go.
Jeffries
The
tube,
doors
that's true.
open next to the long table, and you can go back there where they tested the exocomps.
My favorite thing about the sickbay set, though, is that it looks like a hospital or a doctor's office in a way, like a
Right.
modern one in a way other sets don't, but not too 20th century. Like,
Right.
I like that it's got
I like
glass.
the I like the
When you walk
glass and the
in and-
blinds.
And now you're gonna
behind
wish you
her.
hadn't handed him that knife. See,
She's relieved that it's Data,
Oh,
but he
come
like
on.
shoved his arm in there and
Uh oh.
pulled open the turbolift doors. Like that's not how you do it.
so if I were,
It's a slasher movie now.
I don't think.
Yeah,
Yeah, for a
Hitchcock.
second, I don't think I had noticed that she actually had blood on her shoulder before. That was nice. That
Yeah.
cutaway to that, and yeah, they don't show too much. I can still show it to my kid, but for just a second, I'm blocking Brandon's face again.
Yeah.
It's jazz. I love that line. Great.
Whoa.
So Data should be able to overpower both again.
Worf's just like, come on.
If you're Troy, you just go through the Jeffries tubes from now on, right? Like
Yeah.
Troy
Yeah,
has
that's it. She's
problems
like, I'm done.
in
with elevators.
turbo lifts. Like you get to Nemesis. Oh, you know what? No, the scene I'm thinking of from Nemesis is actually deleted. That wasn't in that wasn't actually in the film. They cut it out.
Oh, they got like 3 security people there watching over him now.
They should have done that 2 scenes ago.
I
saw a straw coming out of your head.
Yeah, so he's seen Troy in 2 separate scenarios now. One with the mouth on her, and then with the cellular peptide cake.
Yeah.
So that's different than
he's got
other people.
He's got something going on with Troy. One of the things I always really appreciated about this episode is there are a lot of shows that will try to do the trippy dream thing, and it'll get real stereotypical. It'll be all the dream stuff you've always seen in anything. It'll be, and Voyager actually does this one. It'll be somebody like walking through the halls naked, or maybe is it Voyager that does that? Something does that. I forget. Something does that. I think Tuvok has a thing where he walks around without most of his uniform on. Remember that?
It's like his underwear on the bridge.
That's what it is. Yeah. But he starts at his quarters. He actually walks down the hall. But you do the falling dream or the you're on fire dream. This is all really unique stuff just to this episode.
We're getting a really
like Tuvok's dream in
Troy there.
In flashback is like falling and fire. I think
that's right. Yeah.
Tuvok, help me!
Tuvok! Tuvok!
Okay, there's an instance where the thing's all lighting up and everything. That's kind of cool. You don't usually see it that good, the tricorder.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing with the tricorder is that the display on it is like always the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so somebody will start reading like really specific stuff off it, and you're like, but it's just a sticker that looks the same every time.
Yeah.
Day Ghost, we still got like 15 minutes left if you want to come into the Discord, buddy.
If they did phaser, tricorders the way they, like with today's technology, would they use like almost like a CGI phone, like screen thing to make it like it's changing?
Yeah, they did, and by Nemesis, I believe they had changed the tricorder, and it looks more like a smartphone of today, if I'm recalling that correctly. Is that right, Jay?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember exactly what that looks like, honestly, but it's different than these. I'm just trying to remember exactly what it looks like, but it doesn't. Yeah, this spot thing is awesome.
Data, you gotta hold his legs, Data.
So this is a very famous scene that Worf fans love. People love this scene.
I know.
I will feed him. I've gotten that trivia question playing trivia before. Why the heck does anybody expect me to remember feline supplement number 25? I'm just not going to remember that.
That's the part.
A pretty cat and a good cat.
Good cat.
I will feed him.
I will feed him.
That is a line that you can only get away with this late, I think. Not with Worf, but with Data. The whole like pretty cat and good cat and all that. Like, you can take more license when we're buying that he's getting closer to his humanity, which is why by the movies, when we just give him the emotion chip, it's a really unfortunate cheat, and it actually sets him back before it pushes him forward.
Whoa.
Well, it looks like necrosis from the wound she sustained.
This is, Adam, another episode that reminds me a little bit of later on Scientific Method from Voyager, where you have where you have a device that can see phased material.
Right.
There's an episode in Voyager, it's season 4, where there's this whole race experimenting on the crew of Voyager, and they're phased, so nobody can see them, but they're like pushing stuff into people's heads, and they're messing with them in various ways and putting contraptions in their bodies, but nobody knows what's actually happening to them. So Janeway just thinks like she can't sleep, and she just thinks she's going crazy.
I know. Well, they changed. Don't they change Seven's fake eye so she can see it and stuff at that point? Isn't that how they like see it?
Yes. Yes, 7 of 9's able to see it, and then she develops a thing that everybody can scan and be able to see it.
So how many aliens in Star Trek, little parasitic aliens, have those pincher jaw things? Like, we see them in Conspiracy, you know, and we see him on this thing, and we see him on
the
city.
That even goes back to the SETI eel. Yeah, there's lots of those. No, you're right. This looks a great deal like the species, the Yerk-like species from Conspiracy, which I'm still angry never came back. It's the only truly great episode of season 1, in my opinion. Neutral Zone gets close though. That's also a good episode.
Yeah.
And I love the guy with the guitar in that. He's great, and he strikes me as a precursor to Trip Tucker. But I digress.
So those alien or those parasite things, I think they might have been a CGI thing that they had to redo potentially as well.
They look CG. They would have to be. We mentioned not emanations. You just said it, and I can't remember it. The thing with the train, with Vertiform City. I cannot remember the name of that episode.
Transformation?
No, you just mentioned it earlier.
No, I can't remember it.
But anyway, that episode has a really bad CG thing. You remember I forget what exactly it was supposed to be. Emergence. But you remember that? It's in the cargo bay, and it's causing everything. You remember that?
It's the thing that flies away at the end.
Yes, and
I keep...
It is, and I keep meaning to go back and look at that episode and see if what it looks like now, if they've redone it, because it looked freaking terrible, and I wonder if they finally fixed it.
That was what the Enterprise gave birth to, or whatever.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it was a Windows screensaver. He's a T-set.
You know what else had CGI they had to redo? That weird probe thing in Masks.
I just saw that. It looks really good.
Yeah.
It actually looks really good.
Was that the remastered?
Yes.
Oh.
And it's just gorgeous looking. Yeah. I remember I freaked out when we saw it because I was like, they fixed that. That's it's awesome. But
waking.
But Adam, they just mentioned Masaka. When we were watching that, I kept saying Masaka when the walls fell. So, they just mentioned directed dreaming, and there's actually a whole Voyager episode about directed dreaming.
Yes,
called
the moon.
Waking Moments.
They are
that moon thing.
You gotta tap your hand, and then you wake up.
So they've connected him.
I wanted to train myself to do that.
I like that line a lot. I would say sweet dreams, but bad dreams would be more helpful right now. It's a good script. This is one of those episodes that just feels like all these characters have been together for as long as they have, and that they have a lot of real camaraderie. I don't think this is as good of a show in episode 2 or 3. Like I think this is one of those stories that's a better concept for a bunch of people that really know each other and appreciate each other. Partly because, again, I buy Data's becoming more human, and I believe that all of these things that are happening are kind of unique to him, and that his program may not generate them the way that it does if it's not for his unique personality that has come together because of the experiences that he's had.
So that corridor that they just walked through, actually, the wall with doors on it is the back side of the wall in 10 forward. There's no actual thing behind those doors. It's just a 10 forward wall.
So you think about it, if the shields went down and an alien vessel just fired at the front of the ship, everyone in 10 forward goes first.
They get sucked out.
That's blown out.
Blown out, sir.
No, I was just quoting
it. It is. Oh.
With Met Frosting.
Yes!
Frosting.
So good. I bet Patrick Stewart got really tired of cake. It's like, I'm never eating cake again.
Never eating cake again.
And I also like bringing all these images back because they're so crazy and strange, you kind of want to see them again. And of course, they're there because they all represent something. I like that it's not just weird for the sake of weird. Braga does scripts like that, where you get to the end and you're like, oh, that didn't mean anything, but it was kind of entertaining. This doesn't have that. This is actually a really cohesive, coherent episode with some of the trippiest stuff that happens in the show. It actually all comes together and makes sense by the end.
So they open him up. It's now a fake front, I guess, with his head sticking up. Yes. He's standing behind that thing.
It looks so good, though.
Yeah, it does.
It'd be amazing if you could somehow do that effect and he's like running or something, but it looks really good.
Like, he's even swaying back and forth like a person does. Like, that's really impressive.
Who is this?
It's Sigmund.
But you can call me Ziggy?
Oh, that's why it looked like Ziggy. Okay. Joey, in the future, is drinking brains a way to lose weight? No, this isn't really happening. Think about, as an actor, how weird this role is.
Yeah.
Like, you're Freud, but you're a holographic Freud, but then you're a dream in an android's mind, but also on the holodeck. When that actor can pull that off, that's pretty good, right? Like, he either gets this or is so good at doing Freud it doesn't matter if he gets it. It's a caricature, but it's a really good one, and it should be because it's a silly dream sequence.
So they just killed a dreamscape holographic Freud
inside of an android's brain.
Yeah, a dreamscape. Yeah. Oh, now they're removing data.
This
from
feels
the
a lot
premises.
like an Inception thing, where the mind is operating against the people infiltrating the mind.
Yeah, now this will not be that ship in a bottle thing where it's like a holodeck inside of a holodeck. That is a thing that we do. But this is not that.
Respond to them? What does that mean? What is it that you're doing?
That's asking a question, not responding.
Who are you?
Again, question.
We are your enemies.
Well, I mean, I guess that's as good of a line delivery as you're gonna get on that.
Uh-oh.
Do we have time to run that take again? No. It was great. Great.
Great. Keep moving.
I want to do a Data cosplay where, like, I go around a convention center. There's just a button I push where whenever I open my mouth like that, you just hear ah!
It's a very specific
That
reference.
would be brilliant.
And I also want to do a Data cosplay with a Masaka mask, Adam.
Masaka's wake, and then you need to have like that part of like his exposed inner circuitry that gets like gelled over with that weird.
You know what would be a
crap.
killer cosplay? Actually, now that you say that, the Data face with the like half the face burned off from the end of First Contact. That would be with the lights. That would be awesome if you could pull that off. Thanks, Dave. Dave Atkins puts in a £5 super chat and just says, "Peace and love to you, Caps here and the rest of the family." Thanks, man. He said my real name, but I'm gonna say my internet name.
I thought your name was Captain.
It is. It's my first name. It's a weird first name. I met a guy once who legally changed his name, no joke, to Captain Kirk. Captain.
Oh.
Captain. So
Yeah.
C-A-P apostrophe.
Captain.
It's like, if you're gonna legally change your
Just
name,
call yourself James Tiberius Kirk.
I don't understand that. Nice guy though.
I actually, at work, there's a fellow who I know named Captain. It's spelled weird, but it's pronounced Captain. And oh dear. The whole time we were at orientation, people were like, "Oh, Captain Kirk, how you doing?" Oh man.
Yeah, at that point in his life, he's probably just punching anybody that does that. It's like, yeah, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you. Knock it off.
Ugh.
Imagine if that guy like goes into the military and then works his way up to the rank of captain, and then he's Captain Captain.
Admiral Captain.
Or if he's, yeah, he goes farther. I'm Admiral Captain whatever. But he's got like a really innocuous last name like Smith. You know, just Admiral Captain Smith.
That's amazing.
Interphasic fusion process.
Solar Dragon says he likes your T-shirt.
Oh.
Why are you wearing Star Wars to a Star Trek thing? That is
picked
blasphemy. Do you remember? I used to kick people out of Star Trek Club for that.
I picked this
So they
shirt this
got
morning.
parasites in the warp core.
We had a 3-strike rule in Star Trek Club.
Yes, but I picked this shirt this morning, so
You just didn't change it?
I didn't. Yeah.
No, that's 1 strike, Brandon.
I could have picked my designated wingman Star Trek shirt.
Brandon, I love your shirt.
I wonder how.
So this was...
No, it's a good shirt. I'm just saying. We used to have this rule in Star Trek Club: you couldn't bring up Star Wars, or you got docked.
So back when our Sprint Center was a lot newer, they did Star Wars in concert, and I went to it. My mom got my sister and I tickets, and that's what this shirt is from. So that's why he's playing a trumpet.
Oh, that's amazing. Now I wish when I'd gone, I wish I would have gone to the T-shirt stand to see if they had something like that.
Yeah, when they did it,
they did it in my state too.
Yeah, it was so cool. Such a neat show.
I don't think you can blow through that with your
Return of the
helmet
Jedi is the one that I got to go to. That was this. Was that this year? That was this year.
What was it?
Oh, Return of the Jedi is the one I would want to do. That's awesome.
Well, this was
it's one of the best scores.
This was I think the Kansas City Symphony did a Star Wars, did the soundtrack to Star Wars. One of them.
If I'm her, I would still feel kind of odd sitting next to him holding a knife in any context.
Yeah, I mean,
any context, the day after.
So relaxed.
It's just okay.
I mean, I guess we also have to keep in mind how easy it is to fix wounds in Star Trek. You got a dermal regenerator. You just go and you're done.
So I wonder how long those things were inside.
That was a trip.
Isn't that wild?
Or whatever.
So they didn't also address they picked up this engine at Starbase 84, but they think that's where the infestation on board the Enterprise originated.
Yeah.
But they never called Starbase 84 to be like, hey, we just found this whole thing and you might have an infestation. Check your guys' stuff for this. Come on.
That's a good point. Well, guys, I'm going to have to get going. I have another show in less than an hour. I'm going to do some Injustice broadcasting here in a little bit. I'm going to play some with The Day Ghost. So come back for that if you're so inclined. We're going to talk ins and outs of that game and play a bunch of matches, and it should be a lot of fun. We're going to be back, like I've said before, to more regular programming next week. By and large, I don't know if I'll have a rewind done by then, but we're going to do the Captain Logan show, and I'll do a request. And we're going to start doing this show regularly pretty soon. I don't know how often we're all going to talk about it. We're going to play it by ear. There might be one of those next week, maybe the week after. Not sure how we're doing that yet, but we'll figure it out. And if you guys have episode requests of stuff that you'd like us to do on this show or topic requests, we're going to be doing both. This is going to be basically like the commentaries the three of us have been doing combined with the old Ask the Trexpert show. It's going to be like a mashup of those things. This was so much fun. Really appreciate all of you guys for joining us. And Dave Atkins just put in a £2 super chat and asked what our 3 favorite Spielberg films are. I guess we can do that just real super fast since he threw that in. Mine's Jurassic Park, hands down. What is yours?
Jurassic Park is definitely up there. Yeah, it's probably one of my top.
Are you an E.T. guy?
I liked it, but I haven't gone back to it in a long time. Yeah,
okay, that'd be an interesting movie night. My wife doesn't like that, so we won't invite her. Adam.
Did he say 3 favorites?
No, just from the 3 of us he meant. Those of us on camera right now, yeah.
Oh, God, I don't know.
Well,
and I'd love to go to the Discord, but I have to get going. I have to eat, so we can't.
Either Raiders, maybe, or Jaws.
I got to see Jaws in the theater with you. It was great.
With me?
That was the first time I saw it. Yeah. Oh, you were there too.
It was the first time I saw it too.
I forgot about that. Well, anyway, thanks again for watching, everybody. Hope you had a great time. Star Trek Club. Tell your friends. We're going to be doing this on a semi-regular basis, and we will be back again. I'll be back in an hour. So don't nobody go nowhere. That is a quote from Back to the Future. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you later, folks. I was Captain Logan. This is Brandon Graham.
See ya.
Thanks, guys, in the Discord.
Goodbye.
Bye.
No problem. Bye. Join the SSSS.